Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to start an astrology livestream. Happy Gemini season and happy new moon in Gemini as well. That's what I have to say right now, and that also I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity and responsibility as well. Today is a beautiful Sunday in Gemini, so we are already paying attention and acting in more scattered, mutable, fast, adaptable, logical, and cold ways about our hour and also others and present in our environment actions, expressions, and visions, or a certain vision about the world or about society or about other people or about how others think. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll do a tarot reading as well for both the new moon in Gemini and the sun in Gemini, or Gemini season starting right now. The sun is 0 degrees Gemini, so we're still in the cusp, we're still transiting, letting go of fixed earth energy ruled by Venus, the feminine side of Venus, which was Taurus. So not only are we detaching from something, we are detaching or going away from something that was more internal, personal, and that dealt with receiving. Now we're going to enter a phase where it's less personal, things are faster, and it's more about expressing and you making the connection and not only receiving or solidify, but expanding and even be in certain places that usually are not, both mentally and physical, via your conversations, thoughts, and ideas. Because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, right? So it has everything to do with logicality, communication, and being a little bit of a joker, shape shifting, very quick in their mind as well, but also they are out of the third house. So they deal with familiarity. They deal with your surroundings and things that are close to you, most times physically, or that you just see when you go outside, but they are not really close to you emotionally and spiritually speaking. Okay? So that can happen with your relationships or your conversations. It might be easier to communicate, but it might be a bit harder to really convey something or to really get a communication solidified or a relationship solidified. But it's also good to express and expand yourself and reach broader arenas, even if it is in small quantities. You still get some exposition, or you get to know, you get aware, because you allowed yourself to travel to certain places that you usually don't travel to. That can be negative as well, because you might be catching certain thoughts, you might be aware of certain things, you might receive or express certain communications that makes you uncomfortable or insecure, or that makes you doubt yourself and your ability to be logical and able to communicate your truth or your plans or your objectives or how you do stuff in general, right? Because Mercury also do with organization. Virgo, it's physical organization, or you can see that more in the Virgo energy. Gemini is more mental and relationships, connections, organization. You know? You heard? All right. So that was like the intro, right? For Gemini season. And now let's talk about new moon in Gemini. New moon in Gemini is a moment, or every new moon is a moment where you might be, or you are easily more insecure, unsure, and you feel a bit more tired, but like not because you have done something, just because you're kind of lacking energy or purpose or focus or drive or clarity, right? But spiritually, you are in a very clear space. But as a spirit, you create a mind. But if you are in a new space, you have to create a new mind. So your physical mind, which is created by the spirit, right? Physical mind, as in spiritually speaking, is not very well developed to that new space. That's why you might feel foggy or unsure. Because the mind, the awareness that you were using for the past 30 days, Sun in Taurus, is now becoming obsolete or just on par with the new awareness around you, the third house, Sun in Gemini. Or you paying attention to the third house because the Earth is going through the ninth house. Alright? So, new moon in Gemini is a time for new opportunities that you must clearly and logically plant or create or make certain movements to reach certain positions. But it starts now. It will not happen right away. But if you plant those seeds of communication, thinking clearly, communicating clearly, not being so emotional or so private or so heartfelt about your communications, because there is certain spaces you don't need to be heartfelt, or sometimes you want to be more light and you still feel like very much, or certain things that make you not able to fully enjoy and be a part of that conversation, communication, or situation, right? And in order to do business and maintain business, right? That's very important. Be able to maintain business, right? It's necessary some clear communication and some communication a bit out of the emotions, okay? Where you don't carry so much. You might be carrying yourself, but you logically are able to filter yourself, basically, and not let certain emotions and feelings go through that communication and reach the environment and the things around you. Because most people think Gemini is like superficial and whatnot, but you have to think about it. Gemini deals with your surroundings, right? And Gemini deals with thinking and communication, aka your voice. And your voice is frequency and vibration. And your surroundings are also frequency and vibration, because everything is frequency and vibration. So your words, your spells, right, change the environment, aka the third house. So right now on Gemini season, what you say, especially about yourself, will have a quicker or more impactful result and consequence in your surroundings. Either you change your mind about something, or your thoughts, your ideas, and your communications will make certain waves and change the surroundings around you. So you will have to have something that sometimes Geminis lack or run away from, which is responsibility, and something that they can learn. That's what they can learn from their cousins Libras, because Saturn is exalted there. And then another thing is consistency and stability, either in their mind, feelings, and communications and relationships, which they can learn from their also, with some energy with energy of Saturn, their cousin sign Aquarius. Okay, because then you can be or play victim, right? When you say certain things or think certain things or convey and communicate certain things that change your environment in certain ways that you don't like, are not beneficial to you, or make you feel uncomfortable, weird, and insecure. Okay? Because you took part of it. It might not be your fault, but it's still your responsibility. As a spirit, you gotta be always responsible, because that's your power. You are recognizing your power, because you either create or attract or go into certain spaces, but you always did it. Yes, other spirits were participating with it or with you in that space, but you went there and did certain things, or thought certain ways, or felt certain ways. You gotta be aware of that and be like, oh, I didn't create. Sometimes, most times, this is what happens. You don't create the circumstance, but you still participate, you still go in. So you are responsible. It's not your fault, but you are responsible for being in that situation, for being a part of that situation, right? You know what I'm saying? So new moon in Gemini, planting new seeds of communication, sharing, expanding, reaching out with your thoughts, ideas, logical analysis, planting new seeds of, or that's what the good thing to do, right? Quote unquote, because good thing to do for you, it's for you, not for me and everybody else. But in a general way, planting new seeds of mental clarity and clarity in your communications and relationships as well. Because Mercury also deals with relationships, but it's a smaller spectrum. Venus also deals with relationships, but it's a bigger, wider, and wiser spectrum. Because Mercury is more focused on what you say. Venus is more focused on what was the value or the intention behind those words. Because you can say the same thing and mean different things and reach different spaces of impact and awareness within your relationships and conversations. That's true. And the sun is still in 0 degrees. And this starts also the start of Gemini season, right? So expect trolls coming out of nowhere, expect thoughts coming out of nowhere, thoughts that you usually don't have. You can catch thoughts or you can go to certain places because this happens a lot with water signs or more sensitive people. They say they catch feelings. But in reality, more times than often, they go to certain spaces and create certain awarenesses and then carry them around. And then they think it was something else that happened to them, but they were the ones creating those feelings and awarenesses and reactions. And the same will happen with right now on Gemini season, but with thoughts and ideas and words and communications and ways to logically understand and analyze your surroundings, yourself, your relationships, and how that creates your what you call your surroundings, aka your third house, right? Also expect communications and conversations coming out of nowhere, okay? Expect either being easier to communicate or being a bit more insecure, overthinking, or just sometimes slipping something from your mouth or from somebody else's mouth. And this Gemini season starts in an interesting way because there is a lot of alignments, a lot of planets in Taurus. Uranus, Mercury, Jupiter, and the North Node as well. So, because it's a fatal attraction, you might feel light about certain deep and real parts of yourself and your circumstances, and it might slip because you are thinking and feeling lightly about it. It might skip some information that should be private or should not be shared in certain environments or in certain ways, all right? So take this lighter way of going about your values, because we are still transiting from Taurus into Gemini, and make sure that you still hold on fixedly to certain values and certain informations or things that you do that should be more private, more serious, and more consistent. And then be very clear about what you want or what parts of your business you want to share and be open and clear about, because those are the parts that will expand right now, especially with Jupiter being in Taurus, also entering Taurus, so sharing that cuspy aspect with the Sun. So our actions, visions, and expressions, alongside our unique experiences and unique ways to expand and obtain wisdom and knowledge, are both transiting from a more internal side to a more external side, right? Because Taurus is more external than Aries. Aries might be more expressive, but they are way more connected to the spiritual by default, to the spiritual world and their feelings. Taurus might be less expressive, but they spend more time thinking about external things. And Gemini is an even more external than Taurus, and then it resets in the cardinal season of Cancer, where we create new emotions and new feelings, and we go back in more to that deep spiritual realm, right? So Sun in Gemini will allow us, alongside that Jupiter entering Taurus as well, to communicate more likely about things that are important to us and that should be solidified and supported by yourself and others. So if you really know and believe and can think and communicate clearly about your business, and you will be able to communicate in clear ways, okay, making others understand and receive very well whatever you want to share, that you and others should be, or you want you and others to be fixate and solid about. And then you can expand on that. And they can expand on that as well. So that's why it's very necessary, clear communication and clear thinking, because you might be bringing people to your business and they will expand that alongside with you. But if there is not clear communication and clear vision, things might go wrong or become toxic real fast, aka Scorpio, the opposition of Taurus. You know what I'm saying? That's very good esoteric analysis over here. Let's go. Let's go for the tarot readings right away. Let's start with the new moon. The moon is already 26 degrees, but it is a new moon. So let's start with Aries. Here we go. So if you have, already one card. Hold on, Aries, hold on. If you have the sun, Aries be going fast. That's sextile, right? So, like I was saying, if you have the sun, moon, rising, or Mars in Aries, this reading is for you. You are sextiling this new moon in Gemini, so you have an opportunity to create new ways and manifest new ways to communicate in a more logical and relatable way your creative, spiritual, and intense visions, feelings, and actions. And you have the Three of Cups. Let's pull that onto the screen so you guys can have a good look at it. Three of Cups. Here we go. Beautiful. Look at that. What does this mean? So this means that you are, or you have the opportunity to create right now a more emotional, more internal, more feminine, more aware awareness of yourself, your individuality, and your surroundings. All right? So this can make you wiser, or can make you aware of something that is hurtful to you, or that makes you feel weird about yourself or others. But you will create a new, or you will complete an awareness that you were already working on, that deals with feelings, emotions, deep connections, and deep senses of comfort, safety, emotionally speaking as well, and some spirituality involved in there. All right? So with your Aries energy, you'll be able now, via your communications, to see and be aware of deeper things about yourself and your relationships and connections in general. Let's move on. Taurus. Fixed Earth, ruled by Venus and the second house. The moon is exalted in Taurus. If you have your sun, moon, rising and Venus in Taurus. This reading is for you. And you are fatal attracting, really close. You are neighboring the new moon in Gemini. So you might feel too serious, too stuck up, or too internal about certain feelings that should be a bit lighter. You know what I'm saying? You should be communicating certain stuff, or you should be able to deal with certain stuff that you are not able to because you are going too serious, too internal, too stubborn, too fixed. Or you're just bringing support and stability to some loose air, some loose mind of yourself or people that you support and are a part of your surroundings or close friends, close family. Let's go, let's pull out that card for Taurus, for the new moon in Gemini. For the new moon in Gemini. Whoa. What type of new seeds, new plants? Oh, reversed Ace of Pentacles. All right. Oh no, my bad. Ace of Pentacles. I was thinking about Ace of Wands. Here we go. Ace of Pentacles. And it's in reverse, guys. Okay, Tauruses? So yeah, you have access, or you can plant seeds that leads you towards having access to a very unique way of being stable, secure, safe, organized, efficient, and to be responsible and profitable. But you or people in your surroundings that you are connected with in various degrees of intensity and deepness, depth, I mean, you are misunderstanding, or them misunderstanding, misusing, and misjudging that very unique and powerful new seeds that can lead you to a very unique circumstance, very profitable, very powerful. You can be an example if you achieve that state. So make sure to clear those misunderstandings so you can plant the right seeds to achieve a very unique and powerful physical circumstance. That's a dream for any Taurus. Let's go, moving on. For Geminis, Gemini's fully supercharged right now. New moon in Gemini, starting of a Gemini season on a Sunday in Gemini. It's actually pretty cool. This Gemini season will be a bit more hot, a bit more expressive. Okay, Wheel of Fortune though, Gemini is having direct access to all possibilities. Okay, but this is like more in general for this whole alignment for you, Geminis. Oh, a bit of scatteredness, very natural for the Geminis, no problem. No problem, no problem. So, let's pull a card for Geminis, for this new moon in Gemini. If you have the Sun, the Moon, your Rising, or Mercury in Gemini, this reading is for you. Let's go. Three of Swords, makes sense. Three of Swords, you can see very well. I'll put here on the screen for you guys. AKA the Crown. What does this mean? This means that you are creating seeds, creating new paths that will allow you to create or complete new awarenesses that deal with thoughts, ideas, logicality, analysis, and your relationships and communications. So you can be the one communicating a new awareness, or you can be the one receiving new awareness about pretty much everything because it's air. Air reaches every realm, right? But you are creating new awarenesses that deal with logicality, conversations, thoughts, ideas, and relationships. Let's go Cardinal Water, aka Cancers. This reading is for you. If you have the Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter, because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, this reading is for you, and you are fatally attracting this new moon in Gemini. So you might feel a bit too emotional, a bit too private or spiritual about these events that are more light, logical, and unpersonal. You might feel too personal, that's true. Let's see what card you have for this new moon in Gemini. Reversed Two of Wands. This means that you are planting new seeds that deal with spiritual, creative, and exciting communications, conversations, and relatability, but you or the ones in your environment are misunderstanding, misusing, or misjudging your visions, feelings, creativity, and spiritual belief systems. Don't support, don't create new worlds and new emotions for those relationships, Cancers. Be very aware of that. Let's go into Leos for this new moon in Gemini. Leo. Leo Sun. If you have Leo Sun, Leo Moon, or Leo Rising, this reading is for you, and you are sextiling new moon in Gemini, so you can create new opportunities to share in a more logical way your feelings and emotions, new opportunities to feel lighter about your feelings and emotions, and new opportunities to be more clear and to make more sense about your feelings and emotions. Let's see what card we have about the seeds that you planted. Alright, taking some time. Oh, we got it. And it is the Ace of Wands. Let's go. Ace of Wands means that in this new moon in Gemini, you have the opportunity to plant new seeds that will allow you to communicate, think, and analyze in or about unique, powerful, and new spirituality, feelings, creativity, or things that really matter and make you or others passionate, motivated, angry, or frustrated. We have the power, the opportunity to be a strong example if you can communicate clearly and lightly about your fixed visions, fixed feelings, and fixed sense of entertainment and attention. And spirituality, always. Let's move on to Virgos. If you have your Sun, Moon, or Rising in Virgo, or your Mercury in Virgo as well, this reading is for you, and you are squaring new moon in Gemini, so you are learning how to create new ways to feel, think, and communicate in a more light, efficient, faster, and detached way about your own feelings and emotions. Alright? Let's see what card do you have for you? What new seeds, what new plans, what new feelings and emotions are you going through, Virgos? 8 of Cups, some deep emotions. Some deep, deep emotions, all right. So this means that you have the opportunity to create very deep emotional states that can feel like a cage, that can feel like you are drowning in the ocean, or you can feel like you walk on water and all that water that you are walking on is a great ecosystem that supports you and your relationships. It depends on what seeds you plant right now. Can you communicate lightly? Can you lighten yourself? Can you unload the load? Can you express and open up and make others feel better about themselves and about you? Or you will accumulate and pent up all those feelings and emotions and create a hell for you and your relationships because you spend too much time in certain feelings and emotions that you should be light and more ready to let go of. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on. You are learning, Virgos, you are learning to let go as well of certain feelings and emotions and physical circumstances and some money perhaps. So you can reach better spaces, better money. Libras. Let's go. If you have your sun, moon, or rising in Libra, or your Venus, or your Saturn, because Saturn is exalted in Libra, this reading is for you and you are trining the new moon in Gemini. So you have a gift to create new, mutable, adaptable, more logical and cold feelings and emotions. So be aware of that. That can be good if you have to detach. That can be bad if you have to compromise and be present with somebody or at a certain time or in a certain frequency and vibration. You might forget about it. And we have reversed the Hierophant, reversed Taurus, reversed feminine side of the ruling planet, which is Venus. Interesting. So reversed Hierophant means that you can create new opportunities, new gifts to learn from spirituality through physical circumstances, physical desires. Because as a spirit, we created denser forms so you can go in something and experience it. So you can also learn how your spirit creates shapes and forms, but you or your relationships or people in your surroundings are misunderstanding, misvaluing, or misusing those lessons or those powers that you have to create physical and more dense desires so you can enjoy life and understand about your own spirit. Let's move on to Scorpios. Scorpio Sun. Let's go. Scorpio Moon. Scorpio Rising. Scorpio Mars. Scorpio Pluto and Scorpio Uranus because it's exalted in Scorpio Uranus. This reading is for you, and you guys are in conjuncting this new moon in Gemini, so you might misunderstand new, lighter, colder, and more detached feelings, emotions, or communications about feelings and emotions, because you are very deep and serious about that, and this new moon in Gemini is very light, non-serious, and very detached about that. Alright? So let's see what new seeds are you going through or that you have the opportunity to plant. Ooh, 10 of Wands. Okay, so these misunderstandings can lead to very fiery, sentimental, extreme, and expressive scenarios. Okay? It can be too much fire, but it can be also a lot of fuel. It can be, you'll be experiencing new seeds that deal with extreme passion, extreme motivation, extreme creativity, extreme anger, extreme frustration, and very deep desires. So you can use that to rise up, or they can throw you down because you can't use them to rise up, because it will be a lot of visions, feelings, passion, excitement, and drive. So you have to be clear about these new seeds that you're planting, so you can clearly communicate, think, make sense, and connect all that fire. Let's go into Sagittarius. So, oh, some scatteredness, it's normal. If you have your sun, your moon, your rising, or your Jupiter in Sagittarius, this reading is for you, and you are opposing the new moon in Gemini, so you might hate, not able to understand, relate, or you might be feeling very uncomfortable about new, lighter, colder, and more intellectual feelings, emotions, conversations, and relationships. You might feel like people are not creating new seeds about the right thing for you, which is spirituality, communicating feelings, having fun, expanding on wisdom and knowledge, because they want to create new seeds on expanding in logicality and facts, for an example. Oh, let's go. That's a card. And we have reversed Virgo. Reverse the Hermit. So this is a reversed learning lesson, because Virgo squares Sagittarius. The Hermit, but in reverse. So that means that you are going through right now is a learning lesson in how to be more serious, more internal, but at the same time be more logical and make more sense of your internal realm, and how can you be real but still communicate and be adaptable with your feelings, visions, spiritual belief systems, and morality systems. But either you or people in your surroundings are misunderstanding, misusing, or misjudging the learning lesson that you are going through and the things that you are learning from. So in this new moon in Gemini, you should plant seeds in you being clear, logical, and making sense about your internal realm, but also focusing on clearly and logically communicate that to others in a more transparent and clear way about what should and have to be said, communicated, and analyzed. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go, Capricorns. Capricorn, if you have Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, Capricorn Saturn, or Capricorn Mars, because Mars is exalted in Capricorn, this reading is for you, and you are in conjuncting this new moon in Gemini, so you might be misunderstanding new emotions and new feelings that are more light, impersonal, logical, and detached. And the card for you is reversed Justice, reversed Libra, just like Gemini, a reversed learning lesson, because Libra squares Capricorn. So right now on this new moon in Gemini, you are going through a learning lesson in how to value yourself or others or your surroundings better, and you are learning how to create new, lighter, more sophisticated ways to think, communicate, analyze, and socialize. Okay? But either you or others in your surroundings are misunderstanding, misusing, or misjudging what you're going through and the learning that you are doing and the wisdom and knowledge that you are obtaining, or you might be misunderstanding how to communicate and make sense out of that. But you are learning something new in how to value yourself or others, and or how to communicate that in a clear, light, and more natural way. It's all about you valuing yourself or something in your surroundings more or better. Let's move on to Aquarius for this new moon in Gemini reading. So, if you have the sun in Aquarius, if you have the moon in Aquarius, if you have your rising in Aquarius, or if you have your Saturn in Aquarius, or if you have your Uranus in Aquarius, or if you have your Mercury in Aquarius, because Mercury is exalted in Aquarius, this reading is for you, and you are trining this new moon in Gemini. So you have a gift to create new, more light, more flexible, more mutable, and also more open feelings and emotions about yourself, your individuality, your surroundings, and the world in general. Let's see what you are going through right now on this new moon in Gemini. Let's go. Aquarius a bit stubborn. We have some flips. This is not the full story. We want the full story. Let's go. A lot of scatteredness. Okay, Aquarius, chill on that. A lot of scatteredness, Aquarius. Don't be too scattered. Don't end up in places that you don't want to be, physically and mentally. And then don't fixate yourself on those. All right? Move on. It's Gemini season. Move on. Come on, a card for Aquarius for the new moon in Gemini. Please bring it. Come on. It's taking a long time, y'all. It's taking a long time. I don't know what's going on. Come on, Aquariuses. What is that card, bro? What? Guys, I'm shuffling. Look. I'm shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. More scatteredness. Alright. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Aquarius. Where is that card? Where is that reading? Show me. Oh, there we go. The sun. It's all about the Aquarius uniqueness, individuality, creativity, and the way to shine and be an example. Alright. Damn, it was long. That's what she said. The sun. Here we go. So this means that you can plant new seeds in how to communicate better or lighter or in a less serious, in a more efficient way, in a more simple way, your creativity, your uniqueness, your individuality, your fixed mentalities, your fixed thoughts and ideas, your unique perspectives about yourself, the world as in society, and the world as in the real world, like the world in itself, and about history, science, astrology, wherever you are fixed into Aquariuses, you're going to be paying a lot of attention to that. And right now, the best thing to do is to create seeds that allow you to communicate and connect those things in the best way possible, which is a bit more light, more simple, and more mutable and flexible. Moving on. Pisces. So if you have your sun, your moon, oh, some scatteredness already. Hold on, chill. Chill. Or your rising, or your Neptune, or your Venus, or your Jupiter in Pisces, because Venus is exalted in Jupiter. This reading is for you. And you are squaring the new moon in Gemini, so you are learning how to create new and lighter, more logical and more detached feelings, emotions, and connections about your dreams, illusions, imaginations, and emotional connections and deep relationships. Deep and meaningful relationships. And you have reversed lovers, reversed Gemini. So this means you are misunderstanding this new moon in general, and they might be misunderstanding your relationships, or your relationships and your surroundings are misunderstanding you, your values, and how you communicate what you like, what you love, what you hate, and how also you communicate what you think, or how you approach what you think others value. You might be coming out of a good space, but others might be misunderstanding where you're coming from, because you also mutable energy, right? So this learning lesson goes for you learning about your surroundings in a more logical way, but others also are learning about you, Pisces, in a more logical way. So while they're doing that, while they're learning that, they might misunderstand your relationships, how you relate, how you think and communicate in a more logical way, but you can plant seeds to make that more clear, more light, more simple, and more efficient right now. Alright, that was the end of the new moon reading. Let's go for the sun in Gemini, starting of Gemini season reading. Let's have some water. Let's go. Let's go back to Aries. Let's go. So now it's about the sun in Gemini. So it's more external, more masculine, more expressive, and literally dealing with things that are more external, right? It's not about planting new seeds. It's not about creating new things. It's about things that you can do, things that are already manifested and that you have to materialize or maintain, okay? Or just something that you have to express or do in order to protect your new seeds. Real shit, okay? So let's go Aries. If you have Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, or Aries Mars, this reading is for you, and you are sextiling this new season in Gemini. You are sextiling the sun in Gemini, so you have an opportunity to act, express, and see in a more light, flexible, logical, and detached way. Let's see what spaces is that creating for you. The Two of Swords, okay? So right now you want to what? Communicate? Think? Oh, but it's reversed. Okay, you want to communicate, think, relate, and analyze in a lighter, more logical way, but either you or your relationships are misunderstanding yourself, your communications, and not only misunderstanding, but also misjudging and misusing. Let's go Taurus. If you have your sun, your moon, your rising, or your Venus in Taurus, this reading is for you, and you are fatally attracting the sun in Gemini, So you might be seeing and acting a bit more light about serious, real, and practical circumstances, actions, and expressions. Let's see what spaces is that creating for you. And it is the High Priestess, the Moon. What does this mean, Taurus? This means that you are now receiving or being aware of higher, more meaningful, more spiritual messages about yourself, your surroundings, and how you act, express, and value yourself in your surroundings. Because now you can see, think, and act in more light and clear ways about very deep things that you are as or that you have as a Taurus. So by you being able to logically see and communicate that, you can access more clearly various wisdom, knowledge, creativity, or the ability to maintain something in the best way possible. Okay? But you are receiving high messages or deep spiritual messages about yourself and your surroundings. Let's move on to Geminis. Happy flight season, Geminis. You're going to be the example. Everybody going to be looking at you in how to think or not think, communicate, and analyze in a logical, realistic, and detached way. Let's see what the start of Gemini season. Let's see what Gemini Sun is bringing to you guys right now. Some scatteredness. That's expectable. That's normal. Oh, there we go. 2 cards? No. No. Just 1 card, Gemini, please. Not 2 cards. Let's go. Just 1. This is for the Sun in Gemini. You already did for the new moon in Gemini. Come on, it's not coming out, guys. What's going on? Some flips, we don't want that. We want the main storyline, no fillers. About the Sun in Gemini, for all the Geminis out there. How is this season starting for you right now? Oh, let's go. 2 cards again. No, just 1 card, Gemini. Just one. Let's go. Just one, Geminis. Let's go. 4 of Pentacles. So this means that right now you want to or are already going through this, which is thinking and communicating and analyzing in a very dry, realistic, limited, and like pressured way, or thinking a lot about pressure, responsibilities, things that you have to do. And that can prove too much because you're already logical, you're already intellectual, you already might lack some connection with spirituality and your internal realm, and this can make things even worse. You can go crazy by thinking too much about external circumstances, too much about your circumstance and your finances, and then you think so much, and you think so like dry and with little faith and little belief that you end up manifesting a very contracted, dry, tough, and pressuring space to your individuality, creativity, actions, and expressions. Be careful with that. Balance that with Sagittarius energy, okay? With your opposing sign. Let's move to cardinal water, aka Cancer. So, if you have your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter, because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, this reading is for you, and you are fatally attracting the Sun in Gemini. So right now, you're gonna be aware, you're gonna see, act, and express about, or in more light, logical, and intellectual ways, about your new senses of privacy, spirituality, feelings, and emotions. Let's see what card we have for you, Cancers. We have a flip, but that doesn't really matter. We want the full storyline. Full storyline. Oh, some scatteredness. And a flip as well. Let's go. Cardinal water. Give me a card. Don't take so much time as Gemini. This is for the start of Gemini season. Sun in Gemini. And we got reversed Princess of Wands. Let's get that on the screen. So this means that you are creating or seeing or acting in or about new internal ways to either receive or just have spiritual, intense, or very creative and unique feelings, expressions, or visions. Okay? But you or people in your surroundings are misjudging, misusing, and misunderstanding those new internal spiritual ways to look at yourself, your relationships, and your surroundings. Let's move to Leo. So if you have your Sun in Leo, your Moon in Leo, or your Rising in Leo, this reading is for you, and you are sextiling the Sun in Gemini, so you have an opportunity to act, express, and see in a more light, detached, cold, and intellectual way about your fixed visions, feelings, and spiritual belief systems. Let's take a card for all of our Leos. And it is reversed Prince of Swords. Here you go, confirm that, confirm. What does this mean for you, Leos? That you have the opportunity to right now, you or people in your surroundings, to misuse, misunderstand, or misjudge a new external way to communicate, think, and analyze, or a new way to think, communicate, and analyze about the external world, where you relate your fixed visions, spiritual belief systems, entertainment, paying attention, sense of validation, and desires as well. And in course, for Leos, your uniqueness, individuality, personal image, and ego. Let's go, Virgos. Virgo, 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 Virgo. If you have your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury in Virgo, this reading is for you, and you are squaring the Sun in Gemini. So during these 30 days, you're gonna be learning how to think, communicate, and analyze in a more light, expressive, external, intellectual, and efficient way. Okay, we have a flip over here. Okay, Virgos taking their time. I see that. Some scatteredness on the floor. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. More scatteredness. It's okay, Virgos. You're learning. You're going through learning lessons, going through a bit of pressure, perhaps a bit of pain, mentally or physically, or emotionally, or spiritually, right? That's all the realms right now. More scatteredness, Virgos, hold on. You guys can go a bit crazy in this Gemini season, or your surroundings might go a bit crazy on this Gemini season, so be aware of that. Everything might be too scattered. Might not be serious or real enough for you, Virgos. Or it might not be real enough for the surroundings around you. And we have reversed King of Wands, reversed Aries. A lot of reversed energy for this Gemini season. What's going on? Right? Yeah. Cardinal Fire, Aries, reversed King of Wands. This means that, yeah, during these 30 days, you will learn how to create new feelings, new visions, and new expressions that deal with individuality, creativity, and spirituality, but either you or your surroundings and relationships will misunderstand, misuse, or misjudge those new feelings, new passions, new motivations, new angers, and new frustrations as well. So you gotta add in more clear ways to clarify those misunderstandings within your mind and your communications. Let's go, Libra. If you have your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, or your Saturn, because Saturn is exalted in Libra, this reading is for you. And you are trining the sun in Gemini. So you have a gift to act, express, and see in more scattered, flexible, mutable, and even less personal ways. You guys going fast? I can feel that, Libras. Some zones you can't go fast. Be careful. You have to make some curves before you go straight into something. And you got Venus, your ruler. You are the masculine sign of Venus. Always remember that. The Empress, that's true. So you have a gift to see, act on, express, think, communicate, and analyze your value, others' values, how you value others, and how others value you. So you might be thinking too much about that. You might be thinking too lightly about that. You might just thinking and communicating right on point about that, or others might communicate and be thinking about you as a valuable part, or they might be analyzing, wondering if you are a valuable part. All right? Let's go, Scorpios. So, if you have Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, Scorpio... Bro, you guys throwing cards already. Scorpios can't wait to communicate. You Scorpios can't wait for this Gemini season so you can express yourselves. Hold on, it's not Scorpio season. You should express yourselves in Scorpio season. You know what I'm saying? So if you have Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, Scorpio Mars, Pluto or Uranus, because Uranus is exalted in Scorpio. This reading is for you. So let's see what you got. Come on, bro. Oh, we got it. Oh, Aquarius, the star. So you are actually in conjuncting, misunderstanding this Gemini season, but you are learning to be, think, communicate, and analyze about your desires, passions, motivations, angers, frustrations in a more unique, intelligent, original, new, and worldwide networking associable way. So you are learning how to take a desire, a deep emotion, a deep feeling, and making it the star, the center of a constellation, or just a part of a constellation. But first, before you connect that with others, you gotta make that unique. You gotta make that original. You gotta make that consistent in a logical and real way, while still unique and exciting. Okay? While always making sense. Gemini season. Let's move to Sagittarius. So if you have the sun, the moon, your rising, or your Jupiter in Sagittarius, this reading is for you, and you are opposing the sun in Gemini. So you might feel opposed by your surroundings. You might oppose your surroundings because you want things to be a bit more spiritual, more fun, more exciting, more sentimental, but people and the world is paying attention and acting in more detached, more logical, and more cold ways. And the card for you is Neptune, the Hanged Man. And this is a learning lesson that you have with Pisces, the more internal side of Jupiter. So you are learning how to see, how to make sense, how to think and communicate about your subconscious realm, your deep feelings, deep emotions, spirituality, things from the past life, and subconscious patterns that you might have been or still are a victim of, that you have to use this balance, this opposition to your alignment in Sagittarius, which is the sun in Gemini, to bring some clarity, some light, some logic, and some sense to the deepest parts of your subconscious realm. Let's move into Capricorns. If you have Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, Capricorn Saturn, or Capricorn Mars, because Mars is exalted in Capricorn, this reading is for you, and you are misunderstanding this Gemini season, so you might misunderstand others or yours more logical and detached actions, expressions, and visions. And you got reversed Prince of Cups. So you are learning or creating a new internal way to deal with thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, or just to you are creating new ways to deal with your relationships, your communications, and your surroundings. But you or others in your surroundings are misunderstanding, misusing, and misjudging those new emotions, new feelings, and new internal processes that you are creating or going through right now when it comes to deal with the environment, communications, conversations, and relationships involved with that. Let's move into Aquarius. If you got Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising, or Aquarius Mercury as well, because Mercury is exalted in Aquarius, or if you have Aquarius Saturn or Aquarius Uranus, this reading is for you, and you are right now training the Sun in Gemini, so you have a gift to act, see, and express, and pay attention to more light, logical, flexible, and adaptable ways, things, people, and places. Let's see what card we have for you. And it is Mutable Fire, Prince of Wands. So you have a gift to create a new way to share, expand, and connect your spiritual belief systems, your passions, motivations, angers, frustrations, your spiritual purposes, your uniqueness, individuality, and creativity. This is a great gift because it's bringing some connection, some spirit, some passion, and some intent that might lack to Aquariuses sometimes. And lastly, but not least, let's go for our Pisces boys and girls. So if you have your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, your Neptune, your Jupiter, or your Venus, because Venus is exalted in Pisces, this reading is for you, and you are squaring the Sun in Gemini. So you are learning how to act, communicate, think, and analyze in more logical, light, and realistic ways about yours and others' feelings, emotions, dreams, illusions, imaginations, spiritual belief systems, and deep morality systems. Some scatteredness, but it's okay. You got this, because I caught all the cards. So you got these, Pisces. And the card for you is Reverse Justice, Reverse Libra. So you are creating, or you are revisiting new senses of value, or others are revaluing you again, or they are communicating to you your value, and you are learning how to see and communicate about your value. You are learning how to make others see in a realistic way your value. And you are also learning how to see and communicate to and about others' values. Alright? But either you, your relationships, or your surroundings are misunderstanding, misusing, or misjudging those new or more complete, more logical senses, visions, and communications about your value, their values, and the value of something in your surroundings. And that's everything for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Book a tarot reading or natal chart reading with me. Go to my IG or go to my Discord, Esoteric Cloud Surfer, on the Discord to know more about my readings. Contact me via Instagram DM or email at esotericsurfer69gmail.com, and everything is in the description down below as well. Till the next time, Esoteric Cloud Surfer, surfing out. See you soon.